Hey everyone, I just finished reading The Grand Tour. It is the second in Ceci's and Kate's adventures, and I'm slightly disappointed. It took me a week to read it, and even though that is not a long time to read the book, it was longer than I had expected, and mainly because I kind of flew through the first one. The first book was written in letters between Kate and Ceci, and they were telling each other what happened on their side of the story, and thus telling us the story. This time we had Kate and Ceci together touring Europe, so they didn't have to write letters to each other, so we got passages from their diaries and notebooks and things. And the story progressed rather slowly. It was to a point where nothing really happened but descriptions of places and what was going on. And Kate at some point really got on my nerves with her whining and complaining about being clumsy. And all of the things that were happening were kind of like, there's nothing of what I enjoyed in the first book. The wittiness, the fun and lightheartedness, and the sort of adventure. The first book already wasn't overly hard on the story and world creation, but it was very captivating to find out what happened between the characters, the flirting, the romance that was happening, all of that. And now none of that was there. All the spark and the wit and the fun was missing. Towards the end, the book finally picked up and something actually happened. But the first, let's say 300 pages were rather dull. I am not much a fan of romance and chick lit and all these things, but mainly due to the characters. It's not that I mind the romance. And I actually have to say this. I'm the first who can make without any elaborate, unnecessary descriptive sex scenes. But seriously, all of it here was just hinted at. Like, nothing was said. This whole description or the whole mention of romance felt so schoolgirlish, which reminded me more of the age gap between the girls and the guys, and that made it rather awkward than fun, like in the first book, where you could ignore that and put it down to different times. And I just don't know. For a second book, it didn't capture the fun of the first one, and I'm disappointed. Let me know if you have read the series, what you thought of it. I know that a lot of people say the first book is the best. I have the third one as well. I will read it one day, but probably not too soon. Thank you all for watching, and let's talk about fantasy of manners and maybe recommend me good ones.